Innovation. Today we'll discuss this. Actually, in the first lecture, I explained the new innovation of the past 2 decades. Treatment for the AIDS, flash memory, stents. Likewise, you could understand ATM, electronic teller machines, barcode readers, biofuels, and digital photography, videography, RFIDs, and genetically modified plants. Uh, sorry, genetically modified plants, and so on. So I explain these things in detail. So when you see these two, this picture, what you can see when you see this picture at once. So what you can see when you see the black area, you can see two faces looking for each other. So if you see the white area, you can see a flower vase, something like a vase. So that means the you can get another one also. Consider this. What you can see when you see at once, you can see a tree and a lady under this tree. But if you see carefully this thing, you can see a human face also. Human face also. What you can see, what you can imagine of these two pictures which I showed you. That means when the two or consider two persons can see the same problem in different ways. According to your views, it will change in the previous picture or else this picture. So the ideas, when you get a certain ideas for opportunities, there may have some different ideas. So each of which may have a certain characteristics. So when you argue this one is a tree and the lady, you can argue this one because there is something like a tree and a picture like lady wearing a sweater or overcoat. So but someone can argue that you can see the eyes here, and also this is the nose, this is his head. Likewise, you can someone can argue. So that means if you have a certain problem, there may have multiple solutions or multiple ideas, from which those ideas you will have to select the optimal one. When you are going to select the most suitable or optimal one for a certain opportunity, in our case, so you will have to analyze whether you have enough technology to implement, whether you have enough capital, the market size, or else market size, as well as can you mute your mic? Hello, can you mute your mic? Market size, as well as this whether duration, if the government policies, everything you will have to analyze when you are going to decide the most suitable idea. And the creativity also, last week also I explained, the creativity is the ability to develop new ideas and to discover new ways of looking at a problem. That's why new ways of looking at a problem. When you analyze the previous two pictures, you can understand new ways of looking at a problem and opportunities. So you can find this one, page 35, essential of entrepreneurship. And how to improve your creative thinking. If you go through this slide, you can get the idea of that I'm not going to show you because of the time constraint. And and once again, when you consider creativity and innovation, innovation is the ability to apply the creative solution. Innovation is ability to apply the creative solution to the problem and opportunities to enhance or develop the product or service. You can enhance the existing product, or else you can develop the novel product or service. Why you are going to do? To enrich the people's life, that because they may have a customer segment that needs your product or service. So to satisfy their needs, you have to develop. And the, these are some different ideas of the innovation. One is act of introducing something new. This is American dictionary says like that: the new ideas, methods or services, the innovation, and also change that creates a new dimension of performance. Peter Duck says like that. And another one is innovation refers to a new concept of product or service that derive from individual's idea, that derives from individual's idea or from scientific research. Sometimes not only the ideas, it will decide from the scientific research, do a research and come to a conclusion. And innovation, on the other hand, is the commercialization of the invention itself. That's why I told you repeatedly, commercialization of the invention. Invention itself may not have a commercial value. If it applies the commercial value, you can see the innovation. And others are following must be there in this innovation. You can find these characteristics: introduction of new goods, that is called the product innovation; new methods, process of production; services, normally called the process innovation; opening of the new market. You can see that when the broadband internet technology introduced to the world, so a new market could be opened. That also the innovation. And conquered of a new source of supply, and introduce a new source of supply, as well as the carrying out of a new organization of any industry. So different ideas: the product innovation, process innovation, and new market innovation. Likewise, you can see the innovation in the different fields. So hundred of definition can be found in literature when you analyze, read the books, read the research papers, and also even when you search on the internet, you can find the different ideas. But you have to have a certain characteristic of this inside this innovation. Here is the one I liked to use. Innovation is the profitable implementation of the idea. So it includes the commercial value, profitable implementation of ideas, profitable implementation. So this is, I prefer this idea. And when we compare once again invention and innovation relates to novelty and modernization, whereas invention relates to creation something new. And when you apply the invention with the commercial value, it becomes the innovation. When I explain, invention is discovery, sometimes creating of a new material, creation of the new material, either new manufactured product or new composition of matters, and new process, new use of existing materials, as well as any improvement of anything of these. So when you consider the areas that can apply the innovation, in a business, we can apply the innovation to the marketing and strategies of the company, process, business process, introduce a new business process or the any other product process, and product innovation, organizational innovation, and technology innovation. We can apply the innovation in these areas in a business. Also, then now you have understood why innovation is important. Why is innovation important? So you know that there are some companies that may come to the maximum, we normally call the peak of the business world. Even those companies are doing the innovation, new innovation. Consider the Toyota car manufacturing company, Toyota, Nissan, and other car manufacturing companies. They are the giants in the world, not in the Japan, but also in the world, and dominated the car market in the world. So, but still they are doing some innovations. What is the reason of that one? They want to keep their position as long as they can. They want to keep their position, the number one or the giant in the world, the position as long as they can. So that's why they are doing the innovation. They have not given up the innovation, and they continuously annually they invest a huge budget for the innovation, because new innovation depend on the survival of the business as well as it will help to increase the business. There are some companies, if they have come to the peak, and when they are going to when their business is going to reduce, once again they are doing the innovations to come to the previous position. So that when you consider the in organization, regardless of the size, whether it is a small, medium scale, or the large scale companies, every company needs the innovation for the survival and keep the customers as long as they can, and also improve their businesses. So when you consider the Microsoft, they introduce the operating systems once in 5 years or 3 years time. Why? Sometimes they did some slight changes, not the changes of the pictures or the appearance or something like that, because the customers always wants the new things. That's why when the Toyota manufacturing company changed their model 5 years time, introduce a new model, and then after that introduce another new model after 5 years time, and between that 5 years time, after 3 years time, they normally do the slight changes, the appearance of the lights, headlights, and dashboard, and like that, because they want to keep the customers, and customers always expect the novelty, new things. That's why they are doing those things. So innovation reduce the waste and environment damage. Also, innovation creates growth in increase productivity and economic wealth, as I explained you. And also, innovation provides better goods and services at a cheaper price, high standard of living. And when you consider the once again the Toyota manufacturing company, they are the first introduce the hybrid technology to the world market, and after that, after 10 years time, the Nissan and other companies also introduce in a different technology similar to the hybrid technology. And more interesting work for the employees survival to the business world, and also by introducing this innovation, the company can motivate the employees also. And if the company accept the new innovations, the employees also do some innovation, and because they think that their innovations will accept the company and give the validation as well as the recognition by the company. And also, when you consider the next one, okay, then uh, when you consider the degree of innovation, they describe the degree of changes required by innovation for firm and or the market. Incremental innovation, semi-radical and radical. There are three degrees in incremental, sometimes called continuous or uh, evolutionary or small or semi-radical and radical, sometimes called the discontinuous or big innovation. When we consider the dimensions, still I did not explain this innovation dimension. I will explain this in detail in a different lecture, theory of the innovations under this. So we can have four dimensions. One is from this modified benefit for the user, modify a new benefit for the user according to the modified technology and new technology. For an example, the modified technology and modified technology, if a certain product or service, if there is a product, so you are going to use the modified technology for that, then you can get the users can get the modified benefit. Consider consider the televisions, TV. So now most of you are using LEDs, but earlier LCD, and when you consider the first and second generation, you can see that there was a big tube bulb. That means a certain television is it will the bulky one and need a certain space to put that one. And when it introduced to the LCD, that is a flat panel, and the images were crystal clear, and you can use the small space to keep that the TV. And nowadays most of the televisions are LEDs. Improved the technology. That means by improving the technology, the image quality could be enhanced, as well as the power consumption also could be reduced. Likewise, the modified technology, and the user can get the modified benefit. So the incremental innovation and new technology, and if it use the new technology, and sometimes the people can get the modified benefit. For an example, the cellular phone as well as land phone. The people were using the land phone, and with the introduction of the cellular phone technology, the users could get the modified benefit. So, you know that the difference between the land phone and the mobile phone. Mobility is there in the mobile phone. The land phone, you have to keep it in the office or at your home, and you can't have the mobility from that home. So introducing the new technology, the user could get the modified benefit. So wherever he go, he can bring the mobile phone, and whenever he want, whenever he want, he can connect the person to whom he has to speak using the mobile phone, so that got the modified benefit with the new technology. And the modified technology sometimes get the using this modified technology, which will introduce the new application. So when you consider the LED technologies, you could see the signboards, as well as the when you travel, when you and also different application could be found this modified technology. So that would be the new benefit for the user. That would be the new benefit for the user. And another one is, next one is, oh, this is actually very. So when you consider the new technology, and also users can get the new benefit, that is called the radical innovation. So analyze the internet technology. That is a new technology. With the introduction of the new internet technology, internet and broadband technology, and World Wide Web, that would be the new technology to the world. From that, users could get the new benefit, completely new benefit. That is called the radical innovation. So I explain these 4 dimensions by getting some real world examples. I think you could understand that. So we can classification of this innovation and new series of by giving some examples also. When you get the system, new series of cars, planes, computers and TVs, and new generations, and download as substitution of the CD, and this is called the radical innovation. And this is called the new of the company. And stream engine, ICT, biotechnology, nanotechnology, those are some radical technologies new for the world. And improvement of the component, new component for the existing system, advanced material improving for the components and properties. And earlier also in the radical technology, nanotechnology also can be given, because new technology and get the new benefit for the user. So what are the characteristics of successful innovation? So systematic collection of all impulses that could lead to the innovation, creativity of the employees. You have to gather all those things to make a successful innovation by the companies. One is the creativity of the employees, ability to evaluate the possibility of the innovation ideas. So if the employees has creative idea, unless there is a mechanism to evaluate that one, so they cannot be those ideas cannot be implemented. So that ability to evaluate those the possibility of the innovation ideas, and good teamwork, as well as it must have a good teamwork and project based approach and ability to manage the project. When you consider the project, we can find 3 characteristics of the project, that is the time, cost and the scope. So within that project is the temporary and temporary thing. After finishing that project, you can't continue for the project as long as you can. So project is, there is a time constraint. Within this time you will have to implement that. We'll discuss the project characteristics in under the project management. And so the innovation also must be implemented as the project. Also cooperation with the external experts. So always try to cooperate with the external experts, You can get the different ideas from the experts, universities, research laboratories, etc., and also proper rate of risk taking. The company must take the risk. If the employee make a mistake when he is creating something or innovating something, he will not be punished. So the company must tolerate that thing because he works for the company and he try to do the innovation for the company, not by himself. And employees innovation, uh, the employees are willing to improve the product and operation of the whole company. So if they do a great innovation, that will be the huge benefit for the company, and they could improve the profits as well as uh, get the new market sometimes. And so they may have the plenty of benefits, and also continue the education of the employed will be provide some training sessions as well as workshops to introduce these things and able to finance the innovation activities, so that always if always provide the required things to the innovation process. And what to do? Start with the analysis of the study of opportunities. First of all, you have to understand what are the opportunities and go among the people and ask question and listening. So you have to discuss with the people and ask the question and listening what they are going to explain. And effective innovations are surprisingly simple, not the different and complex things. They must be focused on specific needs and on specific final products. And effective innovation start on a simple scale, not in a large scale. And successful innovation always try to win a leading positions. Otherwise, you create opportunities for your competitors. Otherwise, you will create the opportunities for the competitors. And also, you will have to avoid these things. Don't try to be too clever. All that is too sophisticated will almost certainly go wrong. And also, don't try to do too many things at once. Too many things at once, this will be a huge mistake you are doing. So focus on the core of the problem, then after developing the core you can improve that one. And don't try to make innovation for the failure but for future, but for today. You will have to do the innovation for the today, not for the future. And it will automatically can be used for the future also. And innovation can have a long term impact, but there must be a immediate need for it. When you consider a certain innovation, it will last for a long period, sometimes several decades, sometimes till our lifetimes.